Good morning and welcome to Enlightened Fitness. We'll begin with fitness and then end with enlightenment. So we'll begin with exercises and nutrition tips to help you cultivate the body of a tantric sex god. Then we'll conclude with guided meditation so that you can cultivate, you guessed it, the heart and mind of a Buddha. Let's start with the first. So let's see, today's Sunday, yesterday was Saturday. I'll tell you what I ate on Saturday. My major staple yesterday was a version of an Indian bean dish. So what I did is I took 2 pounds of pinto beans and began soaking them Friday morning. And I would take about 1 pound of pinto beans per glass vessel, put in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, and then fill the rest up with about 1 quart or 2 of water. And let them soak until Friday evening. Friday evening I strained them, rinsed them, by them I mean the beans, and put them in a crock pot. In a crock pot I added 1 tablespoon of sea salt, filled it up with water, put it on low, and let it sit all night long. Yesterday morning was Saturday morning, and I took I added to the crock pot. I took the crock pot on high and added some garlic, some ginger, some tomatoes, and some serrano chilies. I also added some turmeric, some cayenne, and a wonderful Indian spice blend called garam masala. It's a delightful, kind of a sweet, hot spice blend that you can get at any Indian or Middle Eastern store, or online. I put it on high. Within about an hour or two, it was ready, so I turned it back down to just warm. And by it, I mean the crock pot. Crock pot is a bachelor's best friend. So I had 2 meals yesterday, as is my norm. And in each meal I had about 3 or 4 bowls of beans, and sometimes I would have a sliced cucumber with the beans, sometimes sliced tomatoes, sometimes sliced scallions or spring onions or green onions, and I basically rotated between cucumbers and tomatoes and onions. That way it adds variety, and that way I get my vitamins and minerals, additional vitamins and minerals. And that's what I had for the day. For dessert, I also had some carrots and some dried figs. That was it. 2 delicious, fulfilling meals. Between the meals, when my stomach got kind of rumbly, I just drank a lot of water. There you go. That's yesterday's deal. Of course, yesterday morning, yesterday being Saturday, after adding the spices and the aromatics to the bean mixture, I prepared 2 more glass vessels with beans so they could soak for 16 hours until Saturday night. And that's what I do every day. Now, let's work out. Today, we're going to do lunges, followed by articulated presses, followed by seated in and outs, followed by pulls. We'll begin, as always, by doing each set of exercise slowly and gently by means of a warm-up. So join me now, won't you? And of course, I'm not sure if you can tell, but Coach Kitty Cat will be supervising the workout. He's also known as Coach Whiny Bastard. He has a very raspy meow. It makes it sound like he's been drinking scotch all night long. I tell you, those kitty cats. See? Scotch. It's Scotch pussy. It's Scotch pussy. Okay, as always, we're going to do our lunges on the balls of our feet. For beginners, reverse lunges. If you're yourself about to tip over, don't be shy. Just put a hand down. Okay, intermediates, we're going to do skipping lunges. So we go to a lunge, and then to a standing position, and then to a lunge, and then to a standing position. For the advanced, just jump from lunge to lunge. I like to keep my hands near my shoulders. Okay, let's do articulated press. Now, for those of you who've sat through my instructions for 12-phase sun salutation, you'll be familiar with 8-pointed staff, which is basically 2 feet and 2 hands. Those are 4 points. 2 knees. Those are 6 points. The chest and the chin. That unusual posture is how we touch down during the articulated press. Or to put it more simply, on the way down, you touch your solar plexus on the way up, you lift your tush. Thusly. There you go. Today's core is going to be seated in and outs. As fast as you safely can. Extend your legs on the in-breath. And now, we're going to use the door straps that I've already showed you in a previous video. You can also use the desk if you want. But be careful, you don't want to topple the desk on your head. That would suck. So, my feet are not on camera when I'm doing pulling, so by way of illustration, beginners do the pull straps with the feet under the tush. Intermediates do the pull straps with the feet under the knees. Advanced do the pull straps with the legs locked. The same applies to using the dining room table. Make sure it's oblong or you have someone spotting you so as not to flip over the silly piece of furniture. Oh boy, here we go. Whoops, today I think I'm going to go for the simpler beginner's version. That's it. Today we're going to use the Tabata timer. You can order on the website using the links below. Quick reminder, all the questions you may have are answered in the links below the video. If you don't see links, then find the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, find the YouTube icon, give that a click or two. That'll take you to the YouTube dedicated page. About an inch or so below the video, there'll be a little button that says Show More. Click that. It will reveal all the links. Poke around the website, and under the heading of Tabata Interval Training, you can find these timers that you can order, or an online timer you can use for free. We're going to do 10 seconds of rest, followed by 20 seconds of high-intensity exercise, for a total of 20 rounds lasting only 10 minutes. It's a short workout. Let's make the most of it. Very exciting. let's prepare for articulated press. This is circuit 1. If you have to, you can do this on your knees. Kitty. Okay, seated in and out. Okay, let's do some pulls. Okay, welcome to circuit 2. Let's begin with lunges. Okay, kitty cat, out you go. Come on, you whiny bastard. Okay. Very exciting. Gotta love pets. Seated in and out. Whoops. I think I forgot the presses. Very exciting. Okay, now the pulls. Welcome to circuit 3. Let's do lunges. Articulated press. Let's do seated in and out. Okay, pulls. Okay, fourth circuit lunges. Articulated press. Okay, seated, out and ins. Pulls. Okay, welcome to the fifth circuit. Make it count. Let's do lunges. Okay, articulated press. Make it count. This is your last set. Okay, let's do some core work. Seated, out and ins. Focus on the knees. Fifth set of pulls. Okay. Woof. Okay, so last time we did a guided meditation, I had you sit in the Tara position. This time I'm going to have you sit in the quarter lotus position, if you can. So let's place the right shin, flats on the ground. The flexibility does not come from the knee. It comes from the ball joint in the hip. If you cannot do this comfortably, then go back to one of the other sitting postures I taught you previously. Water, your beverage of choice. Woof. Okay. Let's do some guided meditation. There's two types of contemplations we use: Lam Rim, which is intellectual path, and Chog Chain, which is mystic path. We start off with a little mystic by means of a centering exercise. So we're going to do concise alternate nostril breathing. Let's put our left hand palm up in our lap at the level of our bladder. Put our right hand palm up in our left. Do not touch the thumbs. Sitting as erect as you can, head over shoulders, shoulders over tushy. In through left, out through right. If any of this is confusing, see the links below or see previous videos. In through right, out through left. In through both, out through both. Now I'm going to do another mystic practice. This one is a very simple practice of Powa, transference of consciousness. It also cultivates great love and peace. Where crown wheel, letting go. Through crown wheel, give great birth. We come to the third preliminary Chog Chan or mystical exercise. This fits in the category of techniques called Guru Yoga. This will help to cultivate the joy of gratitude. We ask the question, thanks for what? Out breath, chain ray zig. On second thought, thanks for what? Letting go. And now, thanks teacher, letting go. The final preliminary practice are the 4 contemplations that adjust our posture for optimum bliss. Why pull head, letting go. Chain ray zig, jaw relax. Where tongue tip, letting go. And finally, why grin now, letting go. Now we make our way, we wade into the Lama rim, intellectual contemplations. We begin with the 4 contemplations of renunciation. Why this not satisfy? Questions we are answered in previous videos are the links below the video. Let's try not to be redundant. Okay. Why turn from suffering's cause? Why karma, be quite just? And lastly, why this chance, be precious? To understand the power and the potential of assumptive, well-worded rhetorical questions, be sure to check out the link below the video entitled The 52 Lessons. Now we come to the new stuff. We come to the 3 silent exercises of compassion. Compassion and love are 2 sides of the same coin. Compassion takes away sufferings and the causes of suffering. Love gives blessings and the causes of blessings. Blessings here meaning good things, be they corporeal or be they intangible. Some people say, oh dude, if you're spiritual, you won't judge anybody. That's bullshit. If you're seeing someone suffering, don't go, la 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 la, no one's suffering. Do what you can to alleviate their sufferings. That's compassion. You see someone being a bastard, beating their wife, beating their children, kicking their pets. There you're watching them create the causes of sufferings for themselves and others. Do what you can physically to stop them or verbally to stop them. There's nothing you can do, then do what you can psychically to stop them. What can you do psychically to stop them? These next 3 exercises. See, judging means condemning. But if we're noticing someone's challenges for the point of helping them metaphysically, that's good. That's a good thing. If someone tells you otherwise, they have rocks in their head. Okay, here we go. Medical alert. Okay, so there's all kinds of contrived reasons or ways to get us to be more compassionate. One of them has nothing to do with reality. It's just a fun, hypothetical exploration. I call it McCoy's sentimental contemplations, because remember in Star Trek you had logical Spock and sentimental Dr. McCoy. So here we go. The idea goes like this. What if we had multiple lives? And what if the number of previous lives that we've each had was innumerable? Then it would stand to reason that in each of our lives we had a mother who gave birth to us. And that consequently, the number of our previous mothers could be, you guessed it, innumerable. When you look around us now, the living beings, human or otherwise, on this planet, and we can imagine the living beings on other planets and other solar systems and other galaxies, and if you're a sci-fi geek, and other universes, we can say those beings are also innumerable. And we can say, wow, there's 3 innumerables: previous lives, innumerable, previous mothers, innumerable, living beings living now, innumerable. And we'd say, hey, if every living being has each taken a turn at being our mom in a previous life, then maybe we owe each living being a debt of gratitude. And we can pay it back simply by choosing to be compassionate. Now, a fundamentalist would say this is the truth, you have to believe it and hold on to it, white knuckle intensity. I'm not a fundamentalist, I'm a Buddhist liberal. It's one of the reasons I am hated by so many people on the internet. So I'm not going to say this is true at all, I'm saying this is a fun idea, a possibility to explore. That's it. And all those 4 or 5 contemplations can coalesce into just one question. And the question goes like this. It's bad grammar. Why could each be kind mom? Let's explore that right now. Why could each be kind mom? It makes violence seem a little bit indecent, doesn't it? I mean, who wants to beat up your own mom, for God's sakes? I mean, guys, come on, let's face it. Your mom's having a hissy fit and decides to slap you around. You just take it, don't you? Because she's your mom, that she gave birth to you, no less raised you and wiped your ass and all that kind of good stuff. So listen. If it helps us not to lose our minds when some arrogant fool is screaming at us, then go ahead and consider the possibility they may be one of our many reincarnated mothers. Now, let's return to the realm of reason. Exercise 2. Why take yuck? Let's pretend we only feel 2 things. We experience circumstances, our physical sensations, our emotional sensations, our thoughts, our memories, our fantasies, that either make us say yuck or make us say, ooh, this is nice. We all have something in common. None of us want to feel yuck. So we're now going to explore, we're going to ask the rhetorical question, why take away everyone's experience of yuck in the most spiritually beneficial way? Now that's too many syllables, so we just ask, why take yuck? Chain Rei Zig. Chain Rei Zig, of course, being one of the many names of the Buddha of compassion. And we're reciting it as an invocation of power. So, why take yuck? Chain Rei Zig. Now, everything we've done at this point has been about motivation. Now let's actually do something metaphysically to take away the sufferings of others. So in the in-breath, we're going to use the phrase, take, yuck, smoke. On the out-breath, we're going to use the same 3 syllables, chain, Rei, Zig. So what we're doing is saying, hey, wouldn't it be cool if everyone's sufferings transmuted into black billowing smoke? And then we took away everyone's black billowing smoke blessings by inhaling it through our nostrils. That's right. In the 80s, the rappers sang about snorting white lines. Now we're snorting other people's sufferings. Now, you could say, hey, wait a minute there. Dude, I've got enough sufferings of my own. I don't need anybody else's sufferings. This sounds perilous and dangerous and fraught with suffering, and I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it. Oh, my goodness. Now, if you were to ask a Buddhist fundamentalist, is this dangerous? They'd say, oh, that's very dangerous. In fact, great saints have experienced great harm doing this before. Thank you, fundamentalists. Fundamentalists never met a fear they didn't like. Let me tell you what a liberal would say. No, this isn't going to hurt you. Generating compassion and acting with a compassionate intention to alleviate others' sufferings. Number 1, purifies bad karma. Number 2, multiplies good karma. Number 3, compassion is its own protection. Pretty cool idea, huh? Number 2, on the out-breath, we're silently, mentally invoking Chain Ray Zig. If you don't know how to pronounce that, see the links below the video. And that invokes blessings and protection as well. In fact, one of Chinray Zig's, one of Kuan Yin's, one of Kwantai Am's, one of Kwanzian Bosatsu's, one of Avalokiteshvara's nicknames is Protector of the Three Worlds. So hey, you wouldn't it be, now once again, I'm not saying you have to believe any of this, because I'm a liberal. I'm saying these are fun possibilities to consider, to explore, and to play with. Remember, the test of a possibility is not whether it makes sense, or not how it feels. The test of a possibility is the results it generates in your life by working with it on a regular basis, i.e., twice a day, every day for 6 consecutive days. That's the test of the teachings, Mortimer. I remember one time being on a bus, in the cold, in the rain, and these two women were screaming at each other. One was angry. Woman A was angry because woman B had opened the window. Woman B was angry because woman A was trying to close the window. It was clear neither of them was in a place to be reasoned with. Frankly, I was too weak and injured because of my back to get up and wander around a moving bus and break up the fight. So I just psychically took away their rage and their fear. Now, as I said in the previous video, before I ever was a Buddhist, I was studying energy healing. And so when I began studying Buddhism in this life, I would quickly apply the techniques in the arena of energy healing so I could rapidly see the results. And I saw that this technique really is powerful. And by the way, if you have cats, if you have dogs, they're going to love it when you do this meditation. Okay. Take yuck smoke. Chain Ray Zig. Really relax in the out-breath. Now here's the deal. The last renunciation question was how this chance be precious. And yeah, you have your first answer. This chance to experience whatever you're experiencing in the present moment is a chance for you to cultivate compassion. How nice is that? All right. That concludes the new stuff for today. Now we're going to conclude with the first meditation that I taught you. By the way, my legs are kind of falling asleep. That's normal. Don't listen to any Zen asceticists tell you to ignore your feet if they fall asleep. That's very dangerous. So I'm just going to go into what I described to you yesterday, or in the last video, which is the Tara position. So now let's perform the Mahamudra, or union, of awareness and letting go. What feeling? Letting go. What hearing? Letting go. What seeing? Letting go. I'm sorry. Yes, what seeing? Letting go. Noticing, letting go. Now we're going to reduce that to one syllable meditation. This, free. Now, with our eyes gently open, softly gazing upon a point on a carpet in front of us, passively drinking in information through our peripheral vision, this free. You might say, hey, why don't we just do this free for 20 minutes, or 40 minutes, or 60 minutes, or 120 minutes? And I'll answer the question by quoting the late teacher of the 14th Dalai Lama, Zapu Amatakabak, Dilgo Kensei Rinpoche. He said to meditate without the proper view of reality is to do nothing but reinforce the momentum, reinforce the thought habits and the heart habits that create suffering in the first place. That's why we start off with the preliminary practices. That's why we start off with the long room practices. Next time we get together, we're going to wade into the first third of the wisdom teachings. Very exciting, very powerful stuff. We had a good workout. We've discussed diet. We've had a good workout for our body and our heart and our lungs. We've had a good meditation for our heart and our mind. We've cultivated joy and peace. Now, let's untie the heart's knots. So I'm going to face that way. Sit erect. Oh yeah, I said sit. Hands laced behind your back. Please twist to the left. Please reverse. Back to center. You Please release the hands, clasp them in front of your tummy. Swing them out in front of you. Allow them to come to rest overhead. Please bend gently to the left. Back to center and reverse. Back to center. Now we're going to make our way into downward facing freedom position, also known as child's pose. If you're not a yoga student, just follow along with me. So here I am, in the hands and knees position, and my tush goes back, and I rest my foot. And we want to put our fists on the carpet. These are straight our arms. This protects your back from any strain. You come into a sitting position. Some people call it the samurai position. Other people call it the lion's pose. Personally, I put my left foot down on top of my right. Please lace your hands behind your back. Please open your chest, drop your head, swing your gaze up. Please release your hands. Please put your hands in the puckered palm position in front of your heart. Please relax your shoulders. Please twist gently to the left. Back to center. Relax your shoulders. Reverse. Back to center. Relax your shoulders. Let's return to a hands and knee position. We're now going to do a version of cat-cow with the chin tucked and the jaw open. Let's stand up. Let's put the weight on the balls of the feet. Knees suddenly bent. Hips thrust forward like your big old goober. Hands laced behind your back. Chest open. Head dropped. Gaze swing up. Noticing, letting go. Okay. Let's do 2 repetitions of 12-phase sun salutation. Follow along. May I always be careful. Oopsie. Ha ha ha. Wrong one. Let's try that again. Okay, here we go. By this virtue may now accomplish the spontaneous, habitual, easy, and effective mastery of Buddha's mental yogas, of devotion, awareness, love, and letting go, and now lead every living being, without exception, to this ground. May everyone be healthy, wealthy, and happy. May everyone practice skillfully and joyfully. May everyone accomplish rising in this life. And then help many others do likewise. For truly that is the meaning of life. Om Mani Padme Hum. Let's do 2 Vietnamese bows. May I always be cared for throughout all my lives by the Buddha of compassion emanating as my kind teacher. And as such, may I always enthusiastically and joyfully tread this excellent path praised by the conquerors. Okay, my friends, I thank you for your time and your kind attention. I thank you so much for your commitment to personal excellence, personal evolution, whether it be physical, emotional, or spiritual. Before you go, I want to remind you to find the subscribe button. YouTube changes things. Sometimes the subscribe button is right up here. Sometimes it's down there. You never can tell. Find the like button and the share button as well. Excellent. May you and yours be healthy and happy. Om Mani Padme Hum. Bye-bye. Have fun with the links.